Ladies and gentlemen, airports are now limiting service animals to dogs only that can be on board a plane. And it's because people have taken advantage of this. Because even I've seen some of those videos out there. I think about a year ago, I saw some woman bring a duck onto the plane talking about she has her duck for emotional support. And I was like, what? And then people were bringing snakes and lizards and all kinds of crazy behind animals on the plane talking about, oh, they keep me calm. No, you were just looking for excuses. You know damn well ain't no lizard trained to do anything for you. And neither is some duck. Y'all get out of here with that crap. So this came out on the New York Times. US to limit service animals on planes to dogs only. The federal government gave in a final approval Wednesday to set rules that clamp down on all types of service animals allowed on US flights, reserving the destination for dogs only, freeing airlines from having to accommodate a variety of emotional support animals. And trust me, they were bringing all kinds of crap onto the plane. Monkeys. I'm surprised nobody brought an emotional support horse. I mean, I'm serious. These people were bringing all kinds of ridiculous things, and you can see the videos out there. The changes withdrew more than 15,000 public complaints since the Department of Transportation proposed them at the beginning of the year. So I guess people were complaining about all these different exotic animals on the plane, and people were making the claim they were there for emotional support. Okay, whatever. So this will go into effect in 2021. They have kindled an intense debate among airline advocates for people with disabilities who rely on service animals and passenger rights group, and came as a growing number of travelers have taken a variety of animals on flights in recent years. And yes, I have seen that. Most recently, transportation regulators said that dogs, cats, miniature horses should be prioritized as service animals by the airlines, but passengers have tried to travel with monkeys, birds, rabbits, raised eyebrows of other passengers testing airline policies. Federal travel officials said Wednesday that disruptions caused by taking unusual species aboard airplanes had eroded the public trust in legitimate service animals, that were increasingly cases of travelers fraudulently representing their pets as service animals. You know, I seen that. It was a woman, and she had three dogs, three little tiny dogs, right? And she said they were her service animals. And it was very clear when I looked, those dogs weren't even trained well enough to be a service animal. They were running all over her lap, running all around her feet. I said, those aren't service animals. They're not even disciplined enough. But this is what she claimed. This is what she claimed. Okay. So the new rules require airlines to treat psychiatric service animals the same as other service animals. The owner of those animals must provide documentation developed by the Transportation Department attesting to the animal's health, behavior, and training. Passengers traveling with service animals will no longer be required to physically check in at airport, so they can check in online. So instead of physically standing in a line, the rules stop short of banning emotional support animals outright. But proponents said the airlines would no longer have to accommodate non service animals in the cabin. Some airlines, including Delta and Southwest, said they were reviewing their policy on taking animals on flights. And some airlines allow passengers to take small pets in the cabinet, but of course, they would have to pay a fee for that. The lobbying group Airlines for America, which includes all of the major U.S. air carriers, welcomed the changes. The Department of Transportation final rule will protect the traveling public and airline crew members from untrained animals in a cabin, as well as improve their air travel accessibility for passengers with disability that travel with trained service dogs. All right. So, some advocates for people with disabilities said the new rules were too rigid and did not take into account travelers with special needs. Okay, so there's a large number of people with intellectual and emotional disabilities that benefit from having that kind of support on a trip. So, this is just somebody from a rights group. Mr. Decker said the travelers with disabilities were being penalized because of other people abusing the system, and the airlines had brought the problem on themselves by charging costly fees for transporting pets in cargo holds. There's no one in the disability community that thinks a turkey is a service animal, Mr. Decker said. Yeah, but there are some people that will bring them. They'll try to bring something like that on the plane, talking about the turkey is giving them emotional support, because I've seen that. Douglas Kidd, the executive director of the National Association Airline Passengers, a nonprofit organization, said in an interview on Wednesday night that the new rules failed to address providing adequate space for service animals on planes. He said in a series of high profile episodes of animals dying while being shipped on planes had given a rise to passengers attempting to take their pets aboard. Animals are living things and they're not just baggage, he said. Yeah, I don't believe they should let you make you put your pet in baggage. Now, I know when we flew Southwest and my dog was still alive, you were allowed to, as long as he was in a cage, which he was, you can just put them down by your feet, you know, and I know Southwest did and there was a couple of other airlines too, but Southwest was one that would at least allow you to bring them on board, and they didn't have to go into cargo at all. Passengers claiming pets as emotional support animals have threatened the safety and health of passengers and crew in recent years, the union president, Sarah Nelson, said in a statement. Flight attendants have been hurt and safety have been compromised by untrained animals loose in the cabin. Well, that shouldn't be happening. You know, I think if you're going to take any pet on a plane, that pet must stay with you. You know, no, they should not be running loose and no. Okay. So it was a woman from Michigan said she heavily relied on her miniature horse when flying. And of course, she's all upset over the rules. I'm sorry. I know the horse. I've seen miniature horses, but I don't think they should be on a plane. So, we'll see how this works out. I think it's a good thing, you know. So if you got a service dog, you're fine. But if you got an emotional support animal, you may be out of luck now. You won't be able to get away with that anymore. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.